Alright, today I'm here to talk to you guys about Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom coolest armor sets. Now the rules for this one are pretty simple. We're only judging by full sets, and they generally have to look pretty cool. There's already videos that talk about the best buffs with armor sets, and to be honest, how many more videos like that do we need? I don't think many more, so that's why I wanted to stir it up a little bit today, and focus more on the looks aspect of these armor pieces. So that's what we're gonna do today. Today we're gonna be talking about armor sets that you just can't go without. Armor sets that are so cool that they need to be talked about in their own separate video for once. And to start off the list, an easy home run, Dark Link. Now his buff isn't the greatest with just night speed up, so not general speed but only during the nighttime is he boosted. But this model does originate from Majora's Mask on N64. The bright piercing eyes that we know so well from the model, with everything else being top down black. However, this wasn't Dark Link's first ever appearance, it's just the model's base, alright? The first appearance was actually in Legend of Zelda The Adventure of Link. He was actually the final boss in that game, and though nowadays isn't as hard as he once was still a pretty formidable opponent in that game. And obviously most Smash games have seen a custom Link skin that turns him into the Dark Link. Whether it be Standard Link, Young Link, or Toon Link, Dark Link is always somewhere to follow, and that's why it has to start off the list, right? Up next I want to talk about the Evil Spirit armor. Now this buff again is not super dope and normally wouldn't make a lot of lists because of it, but it does give you a stealth buff similar to the Yiga clan outfit. But the main difference with this piece is just how much doper it looks compared to the Yiga clan. This set actually takes inspiration from Ocarina of Time's Phantom Ganon, a mid-game boss fight which can prove a little challenging if it's your first time in the game. You'd see him pop out of one of the 6 paintings on the wall and obviously try to catch him before he blows by you with a hit. It already is very reminiscent of Ganon's costume already though, and with the added cape it just gives it that much more flair. The next one I want to talk about is 50-50 depending on who you're asking about it, but I personally think that the Phantom armor is a set that needs to be talked about in this video. When fully equipped, this armor gives you a 50% damage buff, which is the same as the Barbarian, but it looks way cooler. And with it being based off the Phantom Knights from Legend of Zelda, it really has a cool aura about it. On top of that, the detail on it when fully equipped in the game is out of this world. It stays true to what the original models looked like, but also looks like it fits in the game. Now, it definitely can be said that if you wear the chest plate alone with no other armor, it's going to look pretty silly, but I don't know, I think it looks really cool. And you can fight me in the comments about it all you want. Now we're going to talk about the Ancient Deity. This one is pretty much the same as the Phantom armor, 3 strength ticks with a 50% buff. But the advantage of this one is that if you're using ancient weapons, it actually boosts it to an 80% buff, which is definitely quite a bit more. And obviously this one originates from Majora's Mask, with it being the mask you unlock at the end of the game after you play with all the kids in the afterlife. And with it sticking so true to the game's origins, it just had to be added to the list. And with a very good buff, it makes it a top tier armor set in the game for sure. Now this one's a bit different. This one is also one of the sets that you guys might not agree with me should be on the list. Again, I don't really care, fight me in the comments about it. It's the Bokoblin, Moblin, Lizalfos, and Lionel masks. Now, under technicalities, this isn't a true set in the normal sense, but if you look at the Legend of Zelda wiki, it does say that they're comparable, so, you know, take it or leave it. I just wanted to add these to the list because they do look really dope, especially the Lionel mask. Some people might think that the rattiness of them makes them devalued in how they look, but honestly, I think that's what gives it its star qualities. The rough around the edges design just shows that it wasn't spawned in by a god or crafted by an ultimate blacksmith. It was something anyone could make, but is very effective when used. Obviously, these buffs are very different from any other armor set, where these ones will detract any of the moblins associated with the head you're wearing, which in a situation where you really don't want to have to pull your sword on these guys, will definitely really help. Up next, I want to bring up the Ancient Heroes aspect. With the buff increasing the Master Sword's beam and a max defense of 84, it is one of the best armor sets in the game, as well as looking really cool and highly detailed. It descends from the Zonai, and like I said, is one of the only sets of armor that actually can reach 84 defense. The only other armor set being the Soldier's set. And with it being an end game item, it definitely is worth its while. With a great buff and a great look, this armor should be sought after by any Tears of the Kingdom fans. And just a reminder, before I say this last one, I want to remind you that this is just based off of how cool the armor is and not associated with the buffs. Now that I've said that, I want to bring up the Mystic armor. I know, some people might not enjoy that this is even on any list, but give it a break, alright? With its ethereal look, based off the blurpies, it really is a sight to behold, honestly. Looking very mystic, with a tinge of native look to it. I say a tinge, just, you know, just a little bit. But the buff to this armor is what really stirs the pot when you bring this into the conversation. It makes you invincible, in the sense where you won't take any damage through hearts. However, you will take damage through your wallet. Every time you get hit, you will lose rupees until that number of rupees hits 0. This armor is very risky to equip because it can very easily drain your bank account and is not honestly worth the loss, when hearts can be so easily regenerated in places like the Goron Hot Springs, right? But it does look super cool, and that's why I wanted to include it in this video at the end. And I guess if you have the rupees to spare, then this armor might be beneficial for you. But honestly, I can't imagine anyone realistically using this in any scenario. Well, we're nearing the end of the video, and there's definitely armor that you might have thought that could have made it into the video that didn't. Armor like the Climbers, Snowquill, Flamebreaker, or even the Desert Voe might be at the top of your list. But I think it's there for the wrong reasons. Yes, it does allow you to traverse the landscape without any harm. It does not reach my expectations. It looks alright, but can easily be outweighed by Link's other clothing options. I can agree that they greatly improve the game's quality of life, but at the end of the day, that's not what this video is about. This video is about the coolest armor in Tears of the Kingdom. And I think that's what you got. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want to, no pressure. And if you didn't, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.